Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. So today we're going to see a game between two engines. White is Stockfish 17 and black is Titan. So we'll see the game. So Stockfish played B3, G5, Bishop B2. So idea of this opening is like White is giving up at the center and attacking the center. Simple as that. Knight f6, knight f3, c5, e3. Idea of e3 that they want to get the bishop to b5 for knight c6 to control over the e5 square. So black plays, Titan plays a6. c4, idea c4, they want to get this pawn exchange, get the rook to c1, attacking on c5. So e6, cd5, ed5, and now you can see the bishop. Bishop, when you develop this bishop, is going to do nothing here. So you can't play bishop b5 either. So they want to play g3. So in the human logic, when you play e3, g3, the squares will be weak. So this and this will be weak and this will be weak. When you play this, it will be g3 and e3. So here, actually this is Stockfish. It doesn't work as a human. So that's why it plays g3, bishop f5, bishop g2. So okay, here you can see that you can play bishop b3 to stop the castle and get this weak square. So when you play bishop g3, knight e5 attacking the bishop. When it goes back, it's no logic in point bishop b5. So you want to play bishop b5, stay on this diagonal, knight c3, knight c6, knight b5, knight b5. As you can see, the pawns are weak. The double bishop advantage you have, you can play queen e2 or a4 with the advantage for Stockfish. So here they played for knight c6, castle, bishop d3, rook e1, rook c8. Now White plays bishop h3, attacking rook, rook a8, knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, castle, knight c3, castle. Okay, everything is good, all good for here. So okay, here Stockfish made a plan of kicking this bishop. So how do you kick this bishop? So Stockfish played knight e2, idea of knight f4. So here you will be surprised to know this one. So actually here Titan played the move g5. So human, you won't play g5. So idea of Titan is like they want to stop the knight f4, the bishop will be stronger. Here, right? Simple. So now White plays rook c1. You will get to know why they play rook c1 after a move. b6. Now White Stockfish played the move, good move b4. Why b4 is like, once you capture this move, the idea of this move is rook c1, b4 is they want to get the knight to d4, bishop f5. Bishop f5. So get rid of this bishop, the knight will be on f5 with a good attacking piece. So no defense are there for king side. The g5 is made a weakness. So that's what the plan for b4. Captures, knight d4, bishop c5, bishop f5. As you can see, you have two variations, bishop f5 or bishop d4. So bishop d4 means you can't capture this because bishop f5 is there. So Stockfish analyze this bishop c7, queen any moves, ed4 with attack. Simple as that. So if you play queen e8, pawn captures. Now queen b5 with a defense. Now comes the move queen f3. The bishop is attacked. If he captures. Now you can see this g5 cannot be defended and f6 knight cannot be defended. It will be falling. So it's winning for White. So that's why they didn't play bishop d4. So bishop f5 means now simple knight f5 with attack on the king side. It's a great order. So the threat is knight f6 and knight g4. Simplest. So that's why you can't capture with a pawn captures. So here they played a5. Titan played a5. Pawn captures. Bishop captures means simple. You can play knight e4. Same thing. So pawn captures means now comes the move rook c3. Kicking the bishop. So if he goes any direction a6 or g6, captures rook into c5 with the extra pawn. Simple. It's advantage for White. So here that's why they played c4. c4 to support this bishop. Now you don't have a bishop f6, rook into c5 because it's this defending the bishop. Okay, now comes the brilliant move played by the Stockfish 17. Rook captures d3. So what he understood is like giving up the rook for a bishop. They just have the minor piece to attack on the king side with the knight d4, bishop f5, queen f3 is coming. That's a great advantage. That's why they just he just understood this, Stockfish understood this, and sacrifice this rook d3 with idea of knight e4. Rook a6, idea of like third rank defense. Now bishop f5. Now you can see these two bishops are aiming at the king's side. Bishop d6. Now you can see it is a bishop d6 or bishop, which is good. So Stockfish decided, you want to have the bishop for nothing. I just want to exchange, or exchange the knight, so you don't have a defense for the king's side. So when you have a knight, right, always a defense is better than the bishop. So that's why when you have a defense, knight should be there. Captures queen f6. Now queen g4. Everything is piecing towards the king's side. Rook b6. Now h4. Now it's under pin. h6. Bishop d3. Now white has like a saying this one. White has given exchange, but he got the pawn back, exchange for a pawn with a great attack on the king's side. Rook b2, rook d1. So this is like an interesting move because rook b2 is attacking the pawn, rook d1 is defending the pawn. The idea is like simple. Sometimes you need to have like passive defense, no problem with that. Sometimes, right? Sometimes. Rook d8, king g2, getting king from this last rank. Rook db8, f4, h5, queen h5, gf4. Here, Stockfish actually played gf4 plus like anything is possible with the rook opening this g5. So Stockfish played the more interesting move, king h3. So here, when you play fe3, same thing, queen h7, king f8, rook f1. So if fg3, same thing, queen h7, king f8, rook f7 with a game over on is f7. So that's why here king f8 has been played. Now gf4, rook captures a2, capturing the pawn. Now bishop h7, going for the g8 with the rook g1 or queen g4, anything here. Okay, now rook a3, pinning the king. So the thing is knight bishop f4 is possible. Knight f5, controlling the e7 square. King e8. Now comes good move, rook c1. Every piece is getting into the attack. Only the rook is not helping. So rook c1, idea 2, rook c6. Simple. Rook d8. Now bishop g8, attacking on f7 with the target. Now bishop f4, getting this pawn. Rook c6. Now comes rook c6. Good move because this is overloaded by the queen. So it's attacking. Rook d6. Now bishop f7. What if queen f7? Queen f7 means the problem is queen h8. Then queen f8 means simple. Rook c8, rook d8. Then rook to d8, king to d8, queen f8. Simple. So when you play king h7, the problem is, king d7 means the queen c8 is a checkmate. It's a game. So that's why bishop f7 is good move. So rook queen captures f7 is not working. Bishop f7, king d8, now rook c5. You can play knight d6 too, knight d6, bishop d6. Now you can play bishop d5, queen e5, queen captures c5, bishop captures c5. You can have a good advantage, but they want to go for the extreme advantage. So they played rook c5 to have a eye on d5. Eye on d5. Eye on d5. So here played, if you play a4 with a simple move, I just tell you why this is a bad move. Queen h7, idea of queen h7, queen g8 will be game over. So rook a1 means queen g8 will be game over with the king d7, queen c8 it will be checkmate. So that's why, so idea of like rook c8 is queen h7, queen g8. So here they play rook c6 to give up this pawn. So rook d5 can be played, it can play king c7 too. So here in this, white decided play rook captures, queen c6, knight d4 attacking the queen. Now queen c4. Now king g4, which is a good move too. So you can say this king is coming forwards. Queen is like a problem. It's when it come out outside. So the thing is like king is coming, but black cannot attack the king. Simple as that. So black decided to capture this one. Pawn captures, bishop captures, queen h8. Now he can black tighten by king e7. Actually, king c7 means it's a loss to queen e5 check. Here, queen e3, it's a two-piece advantage. So king e7, I just try to at least capture the bishop back. So here, king f7 is played, king g5, queen a6, queen f4, king e8. Then now start pushing the pawn. h5, queen d3, h6, queen d1, h7, queen h1. Now finishing blow, x8, queen h8, queen b7. So like this one, the game ended with a b3 Nimzowitsch last attack. So Stockfish won this game. So these are the Titan is a new chess engine. So it's played between this two engines, Stockfish 17 and Titan. Hope you guys like this video, understood something about this one. Okay guys, we'll meet in the next video. Until then, bye.